What is going on, everyone? Welcome to week 11 out of 52 of 2026 weekly gold review. Here we go. So, I don't think last week was terrible, but honestly, some of these I feel like I didn't do very good on. It wasn't the worst week. I do remember just being really busy and my mind kind of just being all over the place. So, hopefully, this week's a little bit different. I'm going to try and change that a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. So, for my spiritual category, I give myself a 6 out of 10. I did do my morning prayers on my way to work, but I did not read the Bible. I think I did read it once. I read like one chapter somewhere in between the week. I don't even remember what day. I do remember reading one day. Might have not even been last week. But I don't know because last week also felt so long for some reason. So I think I did once, but not yeah. So I gave myself a 6 out of 10 because I met half and then I kind of did the other half. So 6 out of 10. For myself, I gave myself a 6 out of 10. Follow my trading plan, which I think I had a tilt day last week. Not not ideal, but yeah, I manage my losses there. Keep my P&L journal updated. I didn't really trade options. This is more for like my options. So for the most part, I didn't need to do that. And then my content goals. For the most part, my content goals, I think I've been doing okay with. I upload my trade reviews daily. And then if I get an idea or if I get some kind of thought, I try and upload that. But for the most part, it's just a minimum. And I'm trying to do better with content. Content's kind of hard because it's not like a set thing. It's more like and I'm just documenting, but I'm not a content creator. I'm just a documenter. Okay, so I'm just documenting like my journey here. For the most part, I did okay, but could I have done better? Yeah. So I gave myself a 6 out of 10. Maybe 6 is a little low. I could do like a 7, but I'm just leaving it at a 6. As for my health, I go to the gym 3 times a week. I only went once, and that was Sunday. The rest of the week, I kind of felt like crap. The allergies were really kicking my butt this week, and then I figured out the reason why my allergies were so bad was because I was only taking half the dose that I was supposed to be taking. And so I stepped that up, and then by Sunday, I was feeling a lot better. And so I woke up motivated to go to the gym Sunday. Protein goals of at least 100 grams a day. I think I did that a few times. I don't track my macros, but I think a few times I did hit past that. So maybe not necessarily a 5. I'm giving myself a 5 because I didn't hit the gym, and I'm kind of bummed about that. I really should be pushing myself a little bit more. My wealth was a 7.5. That one, it's one goal of don't spend unnecessarily. Don't start upping my spending now that I'm having some kind of income. For the most part, I am holding myself back from certain temptations, but like small things, I am still like getting into purchasing. So I do want to do better with that, but I think for the most part I was okay. Time off, 1 hour at the end of the day, unwind at the end of the day. I don't think I did either one. Honestly, last week I don't feel like I took much time off. Even over the weekend, I was busy most of the weekend. Saturday I didn't work, but I did have a valve cover to go fix, and then after that, yeah, I relaxed. And then Sunday I don't feel like I did much, and then the second half of Sunday I feel like I did. I don't know. I don't feel like I took much time off last week, and so I gave myself a 3.5 out of 10. That one I know I didn't do very good on. Weekly overview, like I said, I really don't remember much from last week. I know I did a lot of work. I know that I focused on everything I was doing, my trading, my job. For the most part, I was just really busy and entertained, and so I don't remember much. There wasn't much to remember. Not every week is going to be eventful. Yeah, like I said, spiritually, I think my prayers in the morning, they actually are kind of doing better. I told myself I wanted to work on prayer, and I have noticed that my prayer in the morning is more like a conversation with God instead of like a one-way prayer like usually, I don't know, I guess like religiously, like you would say, like a one-way prayer instead of more like a conversation with God. That has, I noticed, has been changing, and so I think that's cool. That's one thing I noticed last week. I do need to make time to read the Bible because I told myself I wanted to do that. I kind of started, I did skip forward. The first handful of books I was reading were really boring, and then so I skipped forward, and it has actually been okay. I just have not picked up my Bible, and the thing is that I'm not even doing anything productive with the time. I'm probably death scrolling or something that probably isn't good. So I need to push myself to read the Bible because if not, I do something that's wasteful. As for myself, yeah, I was trading the account kind of hard, the prop account. I was trading it kind of hard, and I ended up blowing it today. So I guess for the most part, this doesn't even really matter anymore. But last week, I got into the habit of starting to take multiple trades instead of waiting for a good setup, and today it just became a lot more than just that. And I don't know. I just started over leveraging today. And so that's kind of what I started getting into last week. That's why, for the most part, I have the rules so that I don't do that. And I knew that if I started doing that, I would pick it up and it would just be a bad habit. I'm going to try and fix that this next week. I might not buy an account this week. I told myself I'd wait till Monday, but I'm tempted to buy another account because I think I can pass them. For the most part, I have picked up trading a lot. Like I do really understand. I do make sense of the chart. It is making a lot of sense to me now. Beforehand, it was just wait for something, and then at least right now I can actually reprice action with this, which is cool. But I'm just not following my rules. I'm starting to bend or break my rules completely. For my health, like I said, I just didn't make it to the gym. Allergies were really kicking my butt last week, and I mean, that was it. I just didn't want to get up in the mornings. I'd get up, turn off my alarm, and then I'd feel like crap a lot of times. I think there was one time last week where I could not breathe. I was dreaming that I could not breathe, and so I was like, yeah, that's not good. So like I said, I wasn't pushing myself very hard, but also I think that maybe I needed to fix the issue that I was having with my allergies, and so I actually feel a lot better now. So hopefully this week I do push and get to the gym at least 3 days. My wealth is a complicated category because I have personal and then just like overall like my long term. For my personal, I'm not doing very much to hurt myself, but also it's not really preparing for later. And so I'm kind of doing my later as I can, not as a plan. And then also I told myself I'd give myself a budget for my content and my trading and all that stuff. And so I have not made that budget yet. And so I gotta I gotta change a couple things with my wealth. So like I was saying, for the most part, my time off, I did not take any time off. I am remembering now that I did actually enjoy most of my weekend. Even though I was busy, it was enjoyable. And so I didn't waste it, but also I didn't do something that I actually kind of enjoyed. I don't know. It was just like enjoying the process. I had things to do and I was busy, but I just kind of enjoyed it at my own pace. So I don't consider that as time off because I was still busy. So for next week, I thought about what I wanted to change. So then I can write down my goals. Here's what I got. So spiritually, I want to keep up with my prayers, but I do want to actually wake up and go to the gym, because when I go to the gym, after the gym, I go home and I have a lot deeper prayer at home because I'm not distracted. I'm not driving to work. And so after the gym, I'm able to just kind of sit down and like really, I have like more like 30 minutes, maybe almost an hour of prayer instead of just like the 10-15 minutes on my drive to work. So for that reason, I probably should push a little bit harder to go to the gym because I do actually enjoy the morning prayer. And then I think I should be able to read at least one chapter a night. That shouldn't take me more than 15 minutes. That's not crazy. It's not going to kill my schedule or anything. And so at least one chapter a night from the Bible, I think I can do that. Okay, for myself, I told myself I wanted to pass the prop challenge this week. I ended up blowing it today. So next week's review is going to be interesting because I'm not going to have that to review. Daily trade review, that's content, and then scroll less. And I have a lot to do. Scroll less is definitely a big one. I'm trying to hold back from that. Sometimes I do it for research purposes, trying to look for content ideas, but other times, honestly, I just pick up the phone out of boredom and I start scrolling, and I don't like that. So that's one thing I want to change next week. Health, like I said, I want to make it to the gym. I want to have some kind of consistency because I don't want to lose my gains over the summer. I want to actually keep or actually build a little bit more. I don't know how else to explain it. I just want to build a more desirable physique for the summer. For my wealth, like I was saying, I have the long-term investment. And so this week I actually did, as of Monday, I took a really good opportunity on my investment portfolio. So I did that. Don't spend extra. A season of abundance will come where I can make more moves. So that's more like a reminder. I don't have time right now to fix anything or to adjust or to improve. And so instead of spending on these things, I got to just put that aside and I got to wait, let the accounts build, and then there will be a season where I can take care of that. And for my time off goals, I just want to take 30 minutes at the end of the day, read my Bible, and then maybe 30 minutes of Xbox or just whatever, YouTube videos, just at least to get some kind of like time to disconnect from my day to day. I don't see why that's a problem. Like I said, maybe an hour at the end of the day to get all this done, and then just to disconnect from the week. So this week's 3 non-negotiables are make reading the Bible a habit. I might just put it on my desk, so then I see it every day. It's in front of me and I have no excuse. Follow trading rules, stop hesitating. So I stopped hesitating, but in stop hesitating, I blew the account. So I should probably adjust that now. I should probably rethink about how I'm going to do that now. Then number 3 is meet my content goals, which is at least the minimum of uploading at least once a day. And then if I have more trade ideas, if I have any content that I can upload, do that. But for the most part, that's about it. Thanks for watching this week's weekly review. If you guys are new, you can hit the link in the description. It'll bring you to this Google Drive. You guys can create your own weekly, yearly reviews along with an annual review to help you prepare at the end of every year for the year to come. Your pages will look something like this, just completely empty. All you do is hit File, create a copy, and then name it Annual Review for whatever year. Same thing with the other files, is you just make a copy and then you label it whatever you want. Nobody can see this, only you. Don't worry, the drive is just there to share the documents. Unless you want to share them, then let me know in the comment section. But with that being said, I'll see you guys next week.